Casting this match so far. We got Azad versus Yicheng. That's a pretty awkward looking handshake.
Yeah.
Yicheng goes first. Puts down that Deneb, goes for Altair. Raigeki looked like two call in hand. Upstart Goblin and the Altair. Upstart Goblin and Upstart Goblin. Azad starting at 10k. Little does Azad know, those back row are not very live. And by very, I mean at all. Starting off with Senju for Azad. That's his search card. Unicore. Yep. Basically has to be Kaleido.
Yeah, I didn't really get to look. Well, you didn't have to memorize the trap line. I had to memorize your trap line.
Both players did get to see the deck lists of each other before the start of the top 16.
Forehand.
I believe Azad's debating whether he wants to actually search Brio or just search the card that he would search with it anyway. Save a Brio in deck for later. He does go for Brio. I wonder if Azad's looking to go for game here. He did mention having to memorize all the trap cards that Yicheng does play. Let me look at that real quick. $18 trap cards for Yicheng. So there's a possibility that Azad can kind of expect it to be a dead back row, but at the same time, there's a lot of live trap cards. It could be, obviously.
I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna change Dominator to this on the phone. So I'm just gonna be summoning this from you. Oh. And then I'm gonna add texture. So this is
Gungner attacks over for 1,000.
14. 23.
So if he takes all these attacks, he'll be down to 33. Yep. Yicheng could have activated one of his Call the Haunteds to prevent some damage, but well, yeah, that would have been fine. He has a alternate hand,
Wish I had more.
so
I'm wondering if he can fill his board.
yeah.
Hearts on 5 to go. Still.
This is what it is. Here you go.
There's a call.
Targeting.
Azad's probably gonna. No, he's just letting it go, saving the Gungnir effect.
And you search the.
Raigeki. Good card. Opts not to use the Gungnir effect.
Yeah.
Vega to Neb. All three hit.
I'm at 58. And you have alter. Just the call.
What kind of rank 4 is he going into? He doesn't have enough materials for, well, enough monsters in the grave for Emerald. Rhapsody is definitely a good choice. Get rid of some ritual spells. So another back row comes down for Yicheng. Plays to Azad. Can't quite tell what he drew for the turn. I think it's an effect monster. Or is that Dark Hole? Yep, Dark Hole. Manju. This could open up just the game for Azad. He only has to do 3,300 points of damage. Through 2 back row though, that's the difficult part. And he didn't have the luxury of banishing his spells for the monster to search out extra spells.
You're at 30.
Vega comes out, and then Cycle will have to resolve. Then Vega's effect activates.
Is it the second call? Second call.
Wait.
Second call.
Yeah, one's yeah, that's Vega. That
Okay, okay.
one's useless.
Yeah.
Grabbing Unicorn as the target instead of Gungnir, which could have possibly helped clear the board for a push, but at the same time, Azad can go into a rank 4 play. Excitonite's a pretty strong card, especially with summoning all these monsters and the extra floaters that are called the Haunted taking up space and
Yicheng
card
two
numbers.
cards in hand in one set would be a good push for advantage. The only thing you gotta fear is that alpha no
Yep.
alpha.
Yep. The fear of alpha is the biggest thing.
I feel like that's too much of a commitment for Azad to go into that right now. But it's a clutch play, absolutely.
Yep. Yicheng has 2 Altair in hand. That's it.
How many Novus does he run? Do we know?
How many what?
Novus does he run? Do we know?
I think it's 3.
Yeah. Interesting.
Pokes over Vega for 11. I would say he goes for, yeah, attacking the Altair. That way you don't get another Deneb
I don't
search.
want to give that Deneb another chance to
Yeah,
come back.
exactly. You don't want another Deneb search. And Azad should know the 2 cards in his hand. They are both Altairs that he searched.
Does he have 3 in hand?
He has 2 Altair in hand and 1 engrave.
Oh, he just drew, that's why.
Rhoda's pretty good though. A Knuckle High. So now he can go Altair into Vega into a Knuckle High.
What's like that? 58 to 22. You're at 22. Yeah.
A big thing is what's Yicheng gonna go into though? How much attack does Deltaros have? Is that a 2500 or no? $25. So that's an out to the Unicorn.
He's out of class, right? You didn't
Start
search the
for
class?
one of Mirror Force?
No. Oh, well, I searched the.
But he ended up attacking over the Manju with a Knuckle High.
They searched.
But I still have a class.
Grabs Mirror Force. It's not that threatening of a card when you know it's there.
Are we talking Mirror Force? Or
Yeah, Mirror Force.
Card?
Again, he should know that he has 2 Altair in hand, or at least 1. Oh, well, Manju.
I opened I opened 2.
now joining me is Stan.
Hey guys. So apparently it's not just Phil that makes me late. Sometimes I'm just late on my own.
So I'll catch you up a little bit. Yicheng has a Mirror Force set, that's the face down.
Oh.
He has 2 Altair in hand, which I believe Azad should know both of them, if not just one.
Okay.
But I think here he's just going to grab Gungner,
And then pop the back row.
pop
and
the
then
back row,
and
go for game.
go for game, yeah.
As
Looks
long
like
as
a
he has
pretty decisive victory if that's what happens here.
As long as he has a Necroz card in hand.
Wasn't Yicheng, I looked at the list, wasn't Yicheng the one who was playing Honest? Or am I incorrect?
I will check. Nope,
I might be wrong, but...
He is not playing Honest.
Okay, I remember somebody was playing Honest, but no, that looks like that's going to wrap up this game for sure here. Just obviously attack over Deneb with Manju, attack Unk with Unicorn, then just swing in for game. Or the opposite, doesn't really matter. At 2200 life, there's, yep, and he sees the writing on the wall, and it's time for game 2.
It's like you're coming in on a fresh game, basically.
Yeah, perfect. So it looked like Yicheng was able to pull out the, for some reason I can never remember that card's name. The guy who banishes 2 from the grave.
Oh, Rhapsody and Berserk.
Rhapsody and Berserk.
He actually managed to banish both of... He cleared Azad's board, and then banished his 2 ritual spells from the grave, and that was a pretty big play.
Oh, man. How did Azad come back from that?
Azad had... I think he drew a Dark Hole to match the Regeki of Yicheng, so it's not like one person with a power card versus one without it.
But anyways, we are joined by Daniel Cunningham. So whenever he decides to say something, he'll start.
I'm just a little salty. This Stellar Knight matchup is quite difficult in my opinion, especially since Diamond is very, very real in this format with Burning Abyss and Shadal still being clearly played in this event.
Sometimes both in the same deck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
And yet they still managed to draw Mystique.
And Tour Guide off the top.
Guide.
Yeah.
The 1 in 45.
Wasn't it? I thought it was 50.
Well, he'd already had
never mind. Yeah,
drawn
yeah,
5
you're
cards.
Right.
But,
So it looks like Yicheng is opting to side in. It looked like 2 Effect Veilers, 2 Chaos Trap Hole. I didn't see the last card, though.
I believe it was a Dark Hole.
Yep.
That was my guess, was a 3rd Dark Hole, or another Dark Hole.
He does side 3 Effect Veiler, so if he's only siding 2,
It looked like 2.
he only needs 2, I guess. Max C is also a card that he side.
Oh,
I
what a
didn't see him
there's
put
a
that in, though.
Okay.
there is a possibility that already has 1 Veiler sided in. So if he's siding in the other 2 Veilers, there's a good chance he's probably going to give Azad first.
Well, it's going into game 2, so this is the first siding.
Okay.
And he sides all 3 Veiler.
So let's see here. See if we can get it better. It looked like he was taking out Oasis of the Dragon Sword.
He had a kind of rough start. I mean, he got to Deneb, so that's good.
Yeah. I think that all of the kind of a rough starts with Hella Knights involved them not drawing.
His
Deneb
only back row were 2 Call of the Haunted, so it wasn't exactly something to keep him alive. Azad just ended up playing Manju, Unicorn, Gungner, and pushing for damage, and that's ultimately what led him to victory, the extra damage he got in. Funnily enough, he didn't opt to use the Call of the Haunted to block some damage and get a Deneb Surge that turn. He ended up using it in the end phase.
But he had another call set, you said?
Yeah, he had 2 calls set. He ended up using it in the end phase to get a Deneb Surge, but he had an Altair in hand anyway, so he would have at least been able to use that.
Yeah, he could have just
get
searched
on
for the
his turn.
Vega, and then...
Ooh.
So not a particularly strong start here. I can't see what that last spell card is.
Looked like Yicheng opened Vega, Unakalahi, a Dark Hole, a Mirror Force, and I think another trap.
I think it's a second spell.
It's very possible.
So that's starting off with Bria
Yeah.
and Klaus.
Oh, well. The, pretty good start.
Is that an upstart?
I think it might be.
Yeah. Oh, yep. Yeah, it is.
Yicheng does play upstart.
Yep.
He opened 2 last game.
Depending on how far Azad will set up a board, Yicheng might be in a good position with the first turn exceed play. However, if he does bring out the Unicorn, then it might be more difficult.
Yep, he is going for the Unicorn.
Strong first play for Necroz against Tellerts.
It seems like a
but
lot of
if-
players this tournament are just opting to go for the Unicorn early. They get their Herald Search, even though you only have 1 Unicorn.
Yeah, because a lot of the people are playing a way to reuse it.
Yep. No Warrior returning alives, I don't think, in top.
Do we know if Azad is running double Gungner?
I can look it up. He's only playing 1.
I think most people are only playing 1 from what I've seen.
He is citing Puppet Plant,
So.
though.
Yicheng draws into Veiler.
Puppet Plant's a pretty real card here. They could just turn into an OTK pretty quick.
Summon you.
Okay, so just gonna see what he drew.
More importantly, let's see what he draws with that upstart.
He already used it.
Oh wait,
Yep.
Oh, he drew Regeki.
my
Okay.
bad.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Oh, and Veiler. Oh, okay. So
I think
Yicheng
Azad
does.
just drew a Regeki. No.
So
Can't
he
tell what
has
it is.
Vega, Regeki, and Veiler in hand with a Dark Hole and Mirror Force set. Which is actually not in a bad position for Yicheng. Because depending on his next draw, he could be going in. And the question is, will he Mirror Force? At this point, I don't see why not, because he has so many board wipes. And especially with Gungnir and his abuse with it with Decisive Armor as well. It is slightly risky if he lets the Unakalahi dies, because
Yeah.
that Vega, I'm not sure how far that's going to get him if he doesn't draw into another monster anytime soon.
I think he's trying to be greedy to hopefully get a bigger Mirror Force off later. But
Yeah, but at this point, I
I
think
don't
he's...
think he needs to play that way.
Yeah. See, what I was thinking, he could probably Mirror Force and then Tsukiyomi, or Bujenti Tsukiyomi, to start thinning through the deck. See, the problem with that is also he stalled, so Azad probably knows that he has response for a battle effect.
Yep.
So,
So-
it looks like we have Vega. Okay.
Yep. Still not helping him get rid of that Unicorn, though. I wonder if he's going to opt to board wipe.
Yeah,
Or
Dark
use a
Hole or
bo- yeah.
Regeki.
Well, at this
Maybe
point,
I'm-
there's no reason not to use Dark Hole if he was going to pick.
Yeah, I was thinking he
Right,
was going
right.
to play it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't Mirror Force it,
Yeah.
you got to do something.
It's just, it's so...
It's okay to do it 1-for-1 like that if you're going to save the Mirror Force.
Exactly. How many Mirror Force does Yicheng run?
Let me check. He only plays the 1, so that's probably.
Oh,
that's probably
okay.
why
That
he's
makes
holding on
that
to
makes
it.
a lot of sense. Does he run any deep prisons or any other battle traps?
Nope. He
All right,
plays
then
two-
that makes sense. That makes sense why he opted to save it.
His trap lineup is 3 Alpha, 3 Call, 2 Phoenix Chain, 2 Breakthrough Skill, 2 Torrential, 1 Warning, 1 Ring of Destruction, Bottomless Trap Hole, 2 Oasis, and 1 Mirror Force.
So he did opt to use the Dark Hole. He made a Vega Unukalahi play. Now it depends. He's probably going to swing with both. Now it depends on what he's going to make. At this point, there's just no reason why not to make Bujin Tsukiyomi. Like, the Valor...
Does he play it?
I would hope so.
That's a staple card nowadays.
Yeah, like, especially with the way Teller's brick nowadays.
And I'm
Nope.
wrong.
He doesn't play it.
He doesn't play
No,
it.
wow. That's crazy. What does he make? Rhapsody to get rid of the Unicore and Brio early in game. Or the Mirror, I'm sorry. The Mirror and Unicore.
I don't know how effective that would be against Azad right now, though, because he has so many cards in hand.
Very true.
That's not going to do enough.
Very true.
He can definitely just continue to make plays either
Is
way.
quite unfortunate. Lava Chain is not...
So looks like he's opting to try and draw into another back row of some sort.
A Rhoda would be very, very helpful at this point. What is it? MST?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
MST.
That's unfortunate.
Oof.
I wonder why he opted to keep that in.
Yeah.
Decree. Lance. I've seen some.
Oh, yeah. It's Azad playing Decree. I guess they looked at each other's lists.
Azad does not play Decree.
That's interesting. He plays no trap cards. So why would he keep in Mystical Space Typhoon after seeing his list?
Maybe,
Did they share lists?
They both saw each other's lists.
unless it's not MST, it just
It
it
looked like
it
MST.
very yeah.
It might have been another Dark Hole. There's
That's,
always a
yeah.
chance.
yeah.
They look somewhat similar.
Well, Azad has plenty of cards in hand now to make multiple plays. I believe he has 7. Now Yicheng saving the Mirror Force might put in some work now. However, with if Azad paid attention, he'll know that the one card that was left face down will probably be the one that he has to get rid of with Decisive Armor or
He may be
Gungnir.
able to just read it out.
Exactly.
Pumps out Brionic though for
Oof.
Shred.
Secretary player, this is the last call. If you're playing a 10 o'clock tournament, we need your forms turned in immediately.
Notice Azad just pressure with the Brio. He's gonna. Oh, he was just revealing the
Yeah.
Costless that he searched.
It does look like he still has 6 or 7 cards in hand.
It is a big hand.
Yeah, and that is not something you want to see with Necross.
I believe it's 6. He has a Typhoon in hand.
Oof, that's rough. And Gungnir, I see that too.
So that Mirror Force might not be putting in as much work as one would hope.
Yeah. Oof. It's unfortunate that Satellar Knights don't have a card to combat Necross specifically, since they already have cards like Diamond and Trevere for Burning Abyss and Shadal.
Banish the Shred, summon the Gungnir.
Yep.
Yep.
This might be putting in a lot of damage.
And
So
he
the
needs to
question
hit
is
the,
then,
the Mirror
which card
Force,
will
though.
he pop?
I don't think he
Because-
will. I don't think so. Yep.
Yep, just attacking into it.
Oof.
And then he can just pop the other card.
That is true. Yep.
Nope.
It's a 2 for 2 at that point.
Yeah, but the
Minus the spells.
it's just clearing a board with
He's
Necross
taking
to
it.
search more spells is just very difficult. Very, very difficult.
Yicheng's
Yicheng is taking it.
Yeah. He wants to try to bait out a back row with, I'm assuming, the MST. So if he does Mirror Force and Gungnir does chain to blow up the other face down. Nope, never mind.
Oh.
What is his other face down?
So it looks like Azad's trying to decide if he wants to discard in order to pop the last card on Yicheng's side.
Looks like
Nope.
no. Oh, yep, he got the rota. All right, we are online with Satellar Knights then. At this point, I would hope to make him make Rhapsody. At least just something to kind of start combating.
This is kind of how Yicheng lost game 1. He ended up taking more damage than he really needed to.
Yep, there we go.
This is actually exactly what happened last game. He Raigeki'd and then he banished the spells.
Get rid of 2 mirrors. Yep. There's no reason not to at this point, especially with Valor in hand and Alpha. Okay, so this is a very strong comeback for Yicheng if he can maintain this board presence.
Well, the Alpha shouldn't matter because he doesn't have a teller.
No, he has Altair in hand. So next turn, it would definitely ensure
Next
him a
turn.
play. Yeah. Looks like Azad might not have a Senju or Manju, which is unfortunate.
He seemed to always have one last game, so I guess that's just catching up to him now.
Just desserts.
Passing.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if he actually has a Valk or if he's just bluffing it.
Does Yicheng run the Scepter engine? No.
No.
Okay. Okay. Looked like for a Scepter for a moment.
Just 10 tellers.
No, I do not think he's going to opt for an Exceed play this turn to make Alpha, to keep Alpha online.
He made a swing for 17.
Yep.
Yeah, his board is looking very strong. Did he opt to use the Mirror Force? Nope. He has
No, he
Mirror
still has
Force,
that.
Mirror Force Alpha, Effect Veiler, and Altair. Oh no. I wonder what he's gonna do. Very interesting. He could Emerald again to start recycling Altairs, but at this point I don't think he needs to yet. He still has another one in hand.
26 to 27. You're at 27.
Do we know if Azad has Volk?
I didn't see it.
He didn't search it.
Yeah.
Like
So you
I
have to
said,
assume he doesn't.
Yeah, the
I think
assumption
he's
is.
I think he's just trying to bluff it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he
Looks
just,
like
he
he's
just dropped a spell,
spell.
so...
Can't tell if it's a mirror. It looks like a mirror.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, he does have the Volk.
Okay.
He has 2 Volk.
Okay. Well, there you go.
All right. If Yicheng plays this correctly, he could, and Azad just passes, he could be swinging for game because he can just alpha the Volk.
He has 2 Valks, though.
This is
Yeah.
true. This is true. But wasting or getting rid of 2 Volks.
You can only use 1 Valk per turn, so
There you go.
if he leaves the board as is,
Looks like he had
it's
another real.
not going to end that way.
At this point, I don't know. It looks like that.
Alpha does negate the activation, though.
That's what I thought too. Was because like if I'm not mistaken, if you alpha Shadol Fusion, you're allowed to activate another one.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure that all of the Necroz monsters say you can only use this effect once per turn.
Ah, okay.
There's a difference between activate and
Yep,
And
true.
use, yes.
So he's going for Great Sorcerer.
That's interesting. Does Azad run dance?
I don't think so.
I'm about to say there's no reason to not to at that point.
He does not.
Interesting.
It looks like he's going to use the dump effect then.
Oh,
he's going to banish
go
it to
for
dump
Lance.
Exa.
Oh,
Or
decisive
just decisive
armor.
armor.
Okay.
That's cool too.
That's fine. I think Yicheng is very glad about that. It does not look like Azad has a way to bring out a ritual. I believe he's down to 3 cards in hand. So 2 Volks and a mirror. 4. Sorry, 4.
Force of Will, your main event has started. In the back corner to the left of the booth, you will find your pairings. Your seats will also be in the row just behind you. Please make your way towards the pairings.
I wonder what he's going to opt to do.
We'll begin your round very shortly. Once again, Force of Will, your pairings.
What's Yicheng's extra deck look like?
2 Triber, 1 Deltros, 1 Castel, 1 Direwolf, 1 Exciton, 1 Ptolemaeus, 1 Pleiades, 1 Diamond, 1 Emerald, 1 Cowboy, 1 Rhapsody and Berserk, 1 Dweller, 1 Heartland Draco, 1 Ragna Zero.
Well, it looks like Yicheng is trying to figure out a play because he's probably reading the Volk. The question is how to effectively make a play. Because at this point, he's down to his last Altair in hand, which means he needs to make Emerald or find a way to recycle Altairs. Oh wow, he's gonna go for it with nothing to special summon from grave.
He must have something.
No? Oh, oof.
Oh, a Nook.
Probably dumped the Neb or Vega. Yeah, Vega. Nope, nope, changed it to the Neb. Alright, that's fair. At this point, I think Azad has to vote. Yep. The question is, will Yicheng alpha? So at this point, he still has Valor Hand and Mirror Force, so he is in a very good position right now. And has the ability to make Emerald, recycle all 3 Altairs, and equip a Rhapsody to it to make it 3,000.
Let's see.
Oh, it looks like he has another Alpha in hand, too. That's interesting. Yeah, okay.
Well, he could.
Why leave the Altair? I guess it's just a monster to leave face up.
It's a shame because he would have been off by 100 damage if he would have been able to Altair that. I mean, not Altair. Alpha it, attack over the Sorcerer with Altair. That'd be 200 damage. Attack directly with Deneb. And then make Cowboy would have left him at 100.
Yeah, he drew Torrential.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
Yeah. Okay, so he did remember to do that. So right now his back row is going to be looking like double Alpha, Mirror Force, and Torrential, which is very strong.
You cannot attack because of Altair's effect.
Yep. All right.
Going
Game.
to game 3, yep.
Alrighty. A very strong comeback from Yicheng.
Azad didn't seem to draw any
No.
Manjus or anything that
Not a shrit, nothing.
could get him past it, and Yicheng slow playing the Mirror Force actually ended up coming out pretty big. The Mirror Force didn't activate,
Yeah.
but the threat of it was there.
At any moment, Mirror Force could have struck.
The board wipes are real in this ARG format.
Oh my goodness, I'm so tired.
What time did you guys get back to your hotel room?
We got back at like midnight, but we cube drafted until like 4 a.m.
Yeah.
That'll make you tired.
Yeah.
I got back at like 1 and passed out a little bit after that.
Now it looks like Yicheng has 2 Veilers pulled off to the side. Is he siding them out?
I believe so.
That's crazy.
Maybe he has something that he considers to be a better option. Puppet Plant.
Maxi.
Does Yicheng side Puppet Plant?
He does.
Ooh, very strong.
I think so. Or am I thinking of the other guy? I think I might be thinking
Azad
of Azad.
is.
Okay, yeah.
Yicheng is not.
Oh, my bad.
Unless he's putting in Maxis, I guess.
He's playing 3 Mask of Restrict, though.
I can't tell if you're serious or not.
No, he actually is. He's actually got 3 Mask of Restrict.
That's very crazy.
Not super effective against a deck that plays double
ball.
Kaleido and...
I believe Yicheng sided out Ring of Destruction.
Which is fair. I don't think a Ring...
Yeah, we're not going into time. This isn't...
Ring is also only, in my opinion, is only very good for making cards miss timing, such as the hands. And with he saw so many board wipes early on in game 2. Ooh, starting off strong with Duality, Mirror Force. Oh, double Duality.
And Torrential.
Let's see if the Duality will get him. Oh,
Yep,
Rhoda. There we go. All right.
Take the Altair.
And he has Torrential, Mirror Force, and Breakthrough. This is very strong for Yicheng starting off.
The only thing that could have made that better would be an Alpha.
Alpha, yeah, exactly. Does Azad run or side Denko?
Yo, Yicheng looks like he's got fire.
Oof, yeah. Very
threw them down?
Yeah, very confident in his back row.
Said go.
Got the
Yeah.
arms crossed.
And it looks like Azad has a Shrit, a Cycle,
Unknown monster.
and some more orange cards. It's going to be quite impressive. It'll be interesting to see who ends up on the Mountain of Salt in this mirror match, or in this feature match. Ooh, oh, very fast. Okay. Without thought. Without thought. Which I believe was the right play. It doesn't look like...
When you have Mirror Force and Torrential, that seems like a really good play. Just start to cut off the resources right away. Make it so that he's got to overcommit to the board and then punish him for it.
It looks like Azad only has Kloss, maybe? No. Yeah. What to grab, though? At this point, I'm not 100% sure, but I believe he's going to try to cycle the Shrit to bring out Kloss. Because the Teller Knights really can't deal with a monster that cuts their exceeds to 0 and negates their effects. However, he does have Torrential with Duality and Altair in hand.
For your attention, please. The card flight judge come to stage. Leon to the stage.
Yep, it looks like that's what he's going to do. Now, if Azad tries to push in for a large board, Torrential's going to be very live because he could grab Unicorn, or I'm sorry, Brio to grab Unicorn at this point.
The card fight judge come to the stage, please.
Yeah, it looks like... Yep, that's exactly what he's going to do. All right. Kaleido into Unicorn and Torrential. There would be no reason for Torrential not to flip up at this point. Yep. Looks like that's what's going to happen.
He's playing right into it.
Yep. Yep, there we go. Yeah, that's
gone.
very strong. very strong. Now he will still get a Shrit Search off, so he'll probably grab Brio since he has
a Shrit Search.
He already searched. With
oh no, I'm sorry, Herald
No.
Search. I apologize.
Okay. Yep.
He does have, I believe, double mirror engrave.
Yeah, so he is going to get some searches off of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he will
replenish
probably
those
grab.
resources.
He will probably grab Brio.
Yeah, in order to make a play next turn.
Exactly.
Yicheng actually only has 3 cards.
True, but if he can get like, it's very difficult to decide what he's going to do next turn.
And one of those cards is an Altair
Yeah,
to
so
Deneb.
Yeah.
It will become 5 cards.
And Azad knows, at this point, Azad will know, like, if he does not banish those mirrors, Yicheng will banish them for him.
Actually, it'll become 6 cards.
Ooh.
For a second.
Now, that would be upsetting if he dropped Decisive Armor, because I believe
yeah.
that last one was a... Oh, okay, he made a safe play. That would have been devastating for Yicheng, though.
Yeah, taking out that face down.
The Mirror Force, yeah, the 1 of 2. That would
The
be...
one of Mirror Force that he's
Yeah.
drawn all 3 games?
Has he really? Oh, my.
You said the Mirror Force game 1, right?
Yep.
Didn't flip it last game, though. Didn't need it.
Played it like a champ. I wonder if he's going to continue to go in. Now, the question is, how is Yicheng going to play this duality to its maximum effectiveness? Because that is the risk of playing duality in Stellar Knights, is once you are online, you need to continually stay online. So it looks like he grabbed Mirror and I believe Cycle.
It was Cycle.
Okay.
And,
with Volk.
Yep,
So I believe he's up to 5 in hand. Yep. I do not know what his other 2 cards in hand are, though. Is he just... Oh, he just passed. All right.
I believe 1's in effect.
Ooh, he drew a nuke, which is perfect with duality. Yep, there we go. I'm just curious as to why he didn't summon a nuke. Oh, there we go. Wow.
It's like it's making your choice for
Yeah.
you by giving you 2.
It's, yeah. No reason to, or not to at that point.
That is info, though, that tells
Yeah,
us
he knows his hand now at this point, so...
It also tells him the chance that the face down, it has a bit less of a chance of being an alpha that's already live for this turn.
I wonder what Azad thinks the face down is, because he was very tempted to bring out the Decisive Armor. But he does know now it is not the second Torrential, because that was revealed off the second duality. And Yicheng also has a... Oh, that's another thing. Yicheng has Breakthrough engraved, too.
True.
So maybe the Colossus would not have hurt that much.
That is something to keep track of.
Mm-hmm. Yicheng's board is just looking more and more set up every turn. Looks like Azad's going to have to try to bait out the alpha. Colossus. At this point, he will have, if he grabs Kaleido, he will have all 3 mirrors.
He will have all 3 of
Yeah.
them.
Oh, what can you
And
do
with
with
the
Exactly, that's the problem.
with the
He's-
Unicorn
I guess-
already engraved,
yeah. Oh, Rhoda. Okay.
that gives
Looks
a
like-
way for big OTK plays. Yes, Shrit.
Does he have a way for Decisive Armor or Gungnir? That is the question.
Yep. He can definitely play the either.
Ooh, wow. Going risky with the Volk. Okay. Now, at this point, he's probably going to grab Brio to pitch for Decisive Armor. And Necros Mirror, the Shrit. Or he might just play it safe and just swing directly, so that the Decisive Armor will resolve, or attempt to resolve. However, I do not think he's reading the Mirror Force at this point.
Well, he didn't actually see it last game,
Very
even though it was
true.
there.
At this point, yeah, there's not a reason not to. Yeah. Azad is just not looking, he's looking pretty frustrated.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's very frustrating to play through back row.
Yeah.
Banging your head against the wall.
Especially when you don't play any back row yourself.
It's kind of crazy how you think about it, how both of these decks just kind of, you reveal your hands to your opponent, and your opponent just can't do anything about it. You know, I wonder what he'll grab. So he still has Mirror and I believe Cycle.
Yes.
Yeah.
That should be correct.
Now, depending on Yicheng's next draw, if it's something strong like a Veiler or a Fiendish, it might just be over. Because he can push a lot of damage in this coming turn. Sorcerer, okay. What's he planning on doing with that? Does he have Unicorn Grave? Because he could cycle the Sorcerer for the Unicorn. Yup, I think that's what he's going to do. Yep. That put a little scowl on Yicheng's face. Looks like Azad's demeanor is a lot more relaxed, knowing that that kind of resolved. Because if he had, if it had not, it might have just been game over. However, Yicheng does have Breakthrough Engrave, so this actually might be a very strong play because he could Deltaros. Hopefully he remembers.
I'm sure he'll remember.
Oh my, is that Oasis?
Oasis?
Yeah.
Oh wow, this is very strong.
Yeah, there is breakthrough skill still.
The Max C. Now the
Max C for 3. Or 2, sorry.
2.
I'm thinking big Altair.
Hopefully he remember, like if he decides to go in and there's no reason to not to at this point, he will remember to banish the breakthrough before he exceeds. He's trying to decide if he's gonna. Nope. All right, he's gonna pass. Or at least he set a back row. Yeah. Oh, he's passing. And I can understand why. I mean, he is at 8,000 life points with an Oasis in hand, so he's in a very strong position at this point. And he has Alpha, too.
What are his back row?
His back row is Oasis and Alpha, and he has, I believe, an Altair in hand.
Yeah, I believe so as well.
I think it's his second one or third one. I believe it's second.
Well, there is either the 5th or 6th Necro spell.
How many cards does
fifth.
Azad have? 2? Yep, 2. Yicheng might be able to get this. He will take a little bit of damage here.
Not too much.
Not too much, but
Just a smidgen.
he will also be able to stop Volk from activating any effects too, because he's not going to be able to clear all his monsters, and he will have Alpha. So he will try to push in for the most amount of damage. I just hope he remembers that breakthrough. That breakthrough is going to be...
I'm sure it's in his mind. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I feel like...
I don't think that people just forget breakthrough at this point.
Hopefully not.
Unless their name is Dan. Like I said, good players don't knock.
Oh, no. I see how it is. Mr. Stanley Toba, top 16.
Yep.
Now, what if he just doesn't bulk?
I would hope not, because that will put Al or a Deneb in grave. Unless he's going to try to bait out the alpha, which would actually be very smart.
Yeah, he just doesn't.
Ooh, very strong.
There's not another Deneb engrave though, is there?
I don't believe so.
Mirror Force you can't summon with Oasis.
I think he's pointing out that he did have one. Oh, he does have another Deneb. Okay. I wonder what he's trying to do.
It's interesting. Depending on what he draws.
Maxi? All right. So he will draw 2?
Unless he doesn't summon with Altair.
Wait,
Raigeki. Yicheng drew Raigeki.
Oh, yep. This might be over.
That is
yeah.
actually game.
Unfortunate for Azad, because Yicheng also has alpha at this point.
And if this play doesn't go through, he can always overlay.
Exactly,
Trevere. Does he play? Oh, I was thinking he could overlay for number 86.
If he goes for.
No, he does not play that, but he does run Heartland Draco and stuff like that. But at this point, like returning the Oasis is. Even 1 is just so much advantage.
Well, I'm pretty sure, like, I think he'll just win.
Yeah.
But if he were to Triber, Azad only has 1 spell left, so.
Do we know what he drew off of Max C? Because trust me, if there is one thing I know, it's that drawing, like, 2 cards in hand, probably one of them might be Volk, if you try to go for game.
Yeah, usually if there's a slim chance they have a Volk, they have one.
It's like Yicheng's very excited about that Raigeki.
Azad's like, I'm not amused.
Boom.
It's like, okay.
Now, if he's smart and does Trevere, he will overlay 1 Altair and 2 Deneb so he can bounce an Altair back. Yeah, exactly.
Next turn.
Oh, man, and he has alpha face down. This is just so strong.
Yeah, I don't see too many situations where Azad's going to be able to win this. Actually.
No, he still has alpha down, so.
Yeah, so.
Raigeki doesn't even help that.
Yeah, he might Rhapsody. At this point, just might Rhapsody just say, no, you're not going to play next turn. Because he's already used 2 Max C, which is, unfortunately, did not get much effect off.
The only reason to Rhapsody, though, I think Azad has 1 spell left. I don't know if it's in hand or in deck.
Well, he's definitely going to... Actually, that's what he's going to do. The only Exceed we are going to see with Satellar's is Rhapsody and Berserk.
Okay.
I'm curious, like, there's...
Prep is also a live card.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
very true.
If there's one card that helps Necros come back, it's...
Just Trevere is so strong. I don't know. I guess he just does not want him to play at all.
Like, he even has enough spells engraved that if he wanted to search one, he still could, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's...
So that's not even...
I guess he could overlay the Nebs for Dweller and make a 2900 Dweller. No,
Maybe.
but that would not be smart.
Not
Yeah, that would not be smart though.
Yeah, no alpha then.
Yeah, he should not have done that. He should have checked the mirrors engraved first, because at that point, you either leave your board or Trevere. I hope he doesn't try to exceed.
Or he could have just made Dweller and just use the effect. Make it so that they couldn't use
exactly.
any anyways.
Yeah.
He should have just made double Cowboy.
That would have done it. Double Cowboy for game.
Had he run that, it would have...
Wow. That's a Hoban move.
Jake Finney lost in top 16, unfortunately.
Two pretty scummy move, if we can both agree. They agreed to side out Puppet Plant Game 2, and apparently Game 3, his opponent sided it back in without Jake's knowledge.
Scummy.
Yeah. However,
all's fair in love and war, right?
yeah. Or in Yu-Gi-Oh! And children's trading card games. What could you side in? That's so confusing.
This doesn't seem like
a
great play.
Yicheng actually just had game. Or a way to make it so that his opponent could not play the following turn. He would have had 2 Altaires in hand, a face-down Oasis, and an Alpha that was live. And he would have knocked a card out with Travera. This is...
interesting.
Yeah. And he drew Call. Wow, I guess it worked out for him. Call the Deneb. Grab Vega. Yep. There we go.
At this point, Azad obviously knows that this.
You can't make trigger if you summon a nonsense element. So maybe that's why. No. He had double Altair and double Deneb. He should have just overlaid 2 Denebs and Altair to bounce back an Altair and an Oasis that was face up. Knock the card out of his hand with Travere.
All right, 1K1 players, let's find your seats and get the round started as soon as possible.
So it looks like this worked out for Yicheng, just out of sheer luck. Because Azad knows he has Alpha. Another crazy thing is he did not equip Rhapsody with Emerald. This is just...
Yeah, what?
Oh
Again.
my goodness.
What is that?
And you say I'm bad for not remembering Breakthrough Engrave.
He does still have breakthrough.
He does indeed. He does indeed. Hopefully he remembers that. I think he's realizing that now looking at his board. He's like, why did I not do that? There's no reason not to.
I think the Rhapsody was just the wrong play.
It was 100%. Because he could have, Stan made a great point. He could have made Dweller and just said you can't banish the mirrors, period. Or made Travere and bounced his Oasis and his Altair to have 2 Altaires in hand.
All right, 1K1 players, just a quick couple announcements. I always like the word. I will be your head coach in the event.
I'm wondering if there's any way.
You could have just summoned the thing off of Oasis.
I think Azad's telling him how he misplayed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
But that is Azad's defense mechanism, I've noticed, is that whenever he's like kind of upset or not doing well, he will criticize his opponents.
I mean, in this circumstance, though, he is right.
No, absolutely. I'm not disagreeing with him at all. But it looks like he has Brio? I can't tell. There's 1 blue card in hand.
It's one of those where it's like,
It's either
yeah,
make
whatever, you can't argue, I won anyway.
Yeah.
But you can't argue for the better play.
Yeah, you can always tell
Always.
somebody that they made a better play, that they could have made a better play.
Because at this point, like, even decisive armor, just swing over all Deneb, pop the thing, it wouldn't matter. Because Vega, Altair, Deneb, overlay Deltaros, pop it, equip Rhapsody, swing for game. So he has 4 cards in hand, one of which we know is a mirror. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I can see that.
like Yicheng is
Man, Raigeki's such a good card.
Yeah, it is. He's lifting his eyebrows a lot, and throwing up his hand. Can't tell if he's upset with himself or just doesn't think Azad can do anything. So he definitely has Cycle. I think he has Shred. Cannot tell though. Because Brio would be very real.
If he does have Shrit, it's the last Shrit. I believe one's Spanish, one's engraved at the bottom.
Yep, you're right. You're right. Definitely. So it looks like he has an Exceed play. Oh, is that Raigeki? No. Okay. That would be so upsetting if he alphaed this. Because that would, like, oh my.
Well, if he does alpha it, Azad just can't summon anymore. That's the last ritual spell. Aside from prepping.
Yeah, there's no reason not to. Otherwise, he's just going to swing over Deneb. Yep, there we go.
Yeah.
Yep, that's it. All right.
Yicheng moves on to top 8. Congrats to him.
Yeah.
I don't know how many other top matches are left.
I think they're all done.
I think
they're all done.
Yeah, I
that
think they've all been wrapped out. Yeah.
So we'll be getting to top 8 real soon. I think we're going to have an interview shortly here, so stick around. We'll be right back in a little bit.
When I saw that you weren't playing Danko Seka and Decree, I was like, if I draw this, it's about to get real.
You know the deal with the points. And then once you're done packing up, I'll get you your credit.
I got you your deck.
Huh?
I'll give you your deck. I'm gonna head out.
Oh, okay.
That's his deck?
That's my deck.
Wow. This is actually not my deck.
Well, I do need your deck, Yicheng.
I mean, your deck, like, is going up. This deck's going, like, down.
Well, it's his build, my cards.
I'm saying, like, value-wise, like, that deck's gonna, it's like way went up. This deck's gonna go down because of the difference and stuff.